there's a lot of people that struggle in Diamond, and there's a lot of people that want to get from Diamond to Master, which actually is a decent gap. A low Diamond and like low Master is actually a pretty big jump in skill ceiling. So I played on Night Striker, which currently is one of my kind of like low to medium Diamond accounts. I just did some placements on it, kind of working through that. I got a game here on Junkertown. I decided to kind of break down how I played it and how you can abuse the enemy team, especially in these like low to medium Diamond games, especially on Tracer, to hopefully dominate, rank up, improve, and get better at the game. As always, hello there, my beautiful and lovely gamers. As always, my name is Jonal, and again, if you guys could, like on the video helps against YouTube's algorithm before we start the video. It's very much appreciated. Help promote the video, help promote the channel, just keep it nice and healthy in the eyes of our YouTube gods. Of course, if you want to subscribe to the channel, very much appreciated. Most people that watch on the channel are not subscribed, but it would be real dope if we could hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of 2020. We're about 900 away, so if we could do that push, that would just make my 2020 at least a little bit better. And of course, drop down in the comment section, what do you want to see? What heroes and potentially professional players, streamers, what do you want to see coming up on the channel in form of VOD reviews and breakdowns, so I can hopefully help you guys. Again, if you guys tell me what you guys need, either in the comment section on the Discord server or on my Twitter or Twitch, which I will link down in the description, I can hopefully customize some content to help you guys a little bit better. And of course, in the very, very end, if you want to rank up, improve, and get better at the game, and also support my channel financially, you can hire me as a private coach. It's 50 euros for a 2-hour session. Hit me up on my Discord server, linked in the description. Now, with no further ado, let's jump into this. So this is the VOD we're playing on Junkertown, which, especially on first and second point, I actually like playing Tracer. Third point can be really, really nice if you have a lot of high ground control, but you have to be very, very cautious about how you position yourself. And that also goes here on first point. There are, if you play on these high grounds over here, right, and you can kind of use the kind of network of jumps, that is significantly easy to do if you have a couple of blinks. Then this area is a very big death trap for you. And of course, when you start coming into this part of the map, right, we're starting to look at, positions like, you can always play up here, then you can play, the backside of side here. There's a little bit doorway here, which doesn't give you that much, but essentially you can play either this path or this path over here. So essentially these two sides of the maps can still be used, but it's a little bit more difficult. A context, because I didn't want to show, I started on hand, so I decided to swap off as I didn't feel I was getting enough value on hand. So, and I was looking at how the enemy team played, and essentially what I saw was that they are not very good at denying any space. They're not pushing. My team is very, very aggressive. As you can see, we have a ball up here who is very, very aggressive getting into the backline, doing actually a great job of just disturbing. The enemy team is struggling to deal with him and putting a lot of resources on him. So I had my thought process was essentially, look at the team composition. They have a Hog. No, sorry. They have a Hog. They have a Sigma. Okay, they have Ana, Mercy, Hanzo, Widow. Okay, great. There's no real counters to me. There's no strength or stability in their main group. There's no like Brig or McCree and no CC. There's not a Doomfist that I have to constantly avoid abilities for. Essentially, there's nothing that really bothers me outside of a Hog Hook, which I can normally avoid by playing high grounds, or a Sigma Rock, which I also can avoid by playing high grounds. And those two tanks, especially the way they have been playing, right, we're like 2 minutes into the game-ish, those two tanks, as I've been playing against them, are not very good at using their resources correctly, and they're wasting a lot on the ball and missing a lot. So I'm not scared that those two are remotely stable enough to stop me from going ham on the backline. That's why I picked Tracer. Also notice that we are currently not really having any ultimates. We have two support ultimates. They're coming up with Dragon and Nano and some Valkyrie and stuff like that. So that's always something that we just need to keep aware of. Now, we lost this, as you can see. Like, we are down all our players. It's only, we have a ball in the backline, then we have a Widow way over here. And that means that, okay, I'm as a Tracer player, I want to go out now and I want to see if I can deny some space. This is somewhat risky, but I want to get out here because I don't want that we try to recontest and the enemy team gets to push up here to kind of try to start spawn camping us with the Hanzo and the Widow. And at the same time, I want to go out here because I know that the enemy team will start deploying players on the payload and they will start pushing their snipers up to more aggressive positions. Most likely we win this. So if I can start playing, over these this part of the map, which is normally not used when it comes to they just want to fight, right? So most of their players will stop positioning in main. So if I can start playing on this part of the map here, which normally won't be used, maybe I can find somebody, you know, maybe either I will be in a good position, so when my team is retaking the point, which will probably be a fight around this area, if my team is retaking the point, I can probably strike into the backline. I'm already situated. I can just walk up behind their snipers, start shooting without having to burn my blinks. If not, maybe I can get a pick. Maybe I can force a couple of abilities out, build a little bit of pulse bomb. We'll see. But the whole point is I just want to go out here just to claim a little bit of space while I can. So I'm going to do that. I see the Hansel here. So I'm going to take this fight. My hog actually drops with me, which was unnecessary, but well, I accept it. It's nothing. I see this hog under me, and this is like, you know, fucking diamond game sense. If this was a higher, I would be much more scared, and I would probably be leaving this area, because I would be assuming that he will be checking this angle when he saw the Hanzo die. He doesn't, which is one of the great things with playing against diamond areas, the diamond skill level, that there's a lot of mistakes to be made that you can just capitalize. Now, I could shoot this. You can see I'm keeping an eye on him in case he's gonna turn on me, so I'm ready to kind of blink, and I have my finger just ready to click on the blink button. But, again, we are currently looking at my hog is feeding him. Straight up, right? He's pushing in here. He's trying to contest, do whatever the fuck he wants, right? But he shouldn't have dropped in here. So I'm not trying to really help him. Again, I'm just setting up here. That's why I'm not applying pressure to this hog, because I'm not going to get anything from applying pressure to this hog. The only thing I'm going to do is he's going to push me behind, and I'm going to burn a bunch of resources running away. And again, yes, he's flanking my Widow and he's flanking my hog, but at that point, there's not much I can do about it. I'm not going to try to 1v1 the hog when his entire team is alive. So I'm just going to say, okay, he's not a very easy kill, right? Which is one of the stuff that we look on as a DPS, right? We always have this, like, triple priority as a DPS player. This goes for a lot of players, but DPS is a really good example, right? That we almost, priority number 1 is always that we want that easy kill, right? Priority number 2 is that we want damage, and priority number 3 is we will want to do shield break, right? Meaning, always try to look for an easy kill, always set up so you can get, or be able to capitalize on any easy kills. For me as a tracer, that means I need to be able to get quickly, I need to be in a position where quickly I can access with my machine guns, my small pistols, meaning I need to be able to get up close on my targets, right? The hog has 600 health plus breather, he's not very easy to kill. The Ana on the backline has 200 health and the nade, she's relatively easy to kill. The Widow, on the other hand, which would be the target I wanted to go for, has no healing abilities and only standing still in this elo. They're not checking their angles and so on. They don't know Venom Mine placements, which a lot of Widowmakers does incorrectly anyway. So I can also get up on maybe one manker, right? And then we always look for damage, and then we always look for shield break after that. So, right, so I'm just kind of sneaking here, kind of seeing what I can get. As you can see, I'm kind of checking for Widow spots. I see a Sigma, he's not very easy to kill, right? I see the Ana in the backline, I'm just going to shoot a little bit down at her. I'm going to shoot some more, right? I know that she has nade now. Either she doesn't have nade, that's why I'm dropping, because I want to keep pressuring this before her Mercy, which is which is dead. Okay, so I probably knew that she was dead. I don't want either the Ana is gonna heal herself with the nade now, which she is, so I want to keep distance, or she doesn't have nade and I just kill her. Right, so she's gonna burn the nade. I'm gonna blink in here. I'm actually gonna mess up most of my shots, so you can see this is like my first game or my second game of the day. Right, get a free kill, get a punch onto Diana, gets her. Okay, cool, that's a pick, right? And that's kind of the things that we want to look for, right? We just look for an opportunity, we saw one, right? There wasn't any support that could heal, we took it, that's fine. The hog is fighting, so I'm just sitting on this high ground where I'm nice and safe and get some hits off. I get hit by a shot, I almost die, so I'm just gonna kite back here and continuously keep kiting and wait for my heals. As you can see, I don't really want to fight this hog, I'm just building ult charge. He gets nanoed, so at this point, he's chasing me. So normally, right, we don't really want to bother with this hog. He's nanoed, right, so he's not killable. Ideally, you know, we want to potentially, you know, be able to just get up here and do stuff. But I don't want, if this hog is gonna, we already wing this, if this hog is gonna be in my backline and it's clear that my team isn't aware that he's here, or at least they don't give a shit, so I'm just gonna kite him. And if he leaves, I'm fine with it. If I kite out the nano, I'm all good. And I don't really care if he's gonna waste time on me. My team has this under control. So I'm just wasting his nano and allowing him to chase me because I know he can't kill me. And then I'll kill him after. Right? I'm very confident that I can probably beat the shit out of him. As you can see, I do. Right? He gets furiated, and that's... Right? That's just sad, right? And that's kind of one of those where you just want to use your... Did I fuck up now? Yeah. So I killed the Ana and then stuff like that. Sorry, I hate the fact that it's like 20 seconds or nothing, and that these are not customizable. I want them to be like 5-second jump backs instead of like 20-second jump backs. it's ridiculous because 20 seconds, that's such a long time. Like, if you, like, at least make it 10 seconds, right? Because then you can skip, like, respawns and stuff like that. But 20 seconds is just so far, and it's so unprecise. I wish there was a better way, right? So this is just kiting. He's really bad, right? He's just wasting his hooks all the time. Fucking tries to whole hog me. It's ridiculous, right? But again, taking another high ground position. That's always what we want to look for. We want to look for these high grounds. I've got to go up here, pressure the Hanzo, see what happens. That's a little bit late blink for me. As you can see, I don't really care. I'm very disrespectful of them, right? Because he got a free shot off me where I was really just strafing, and I didn't really give a shit if I tried to be if it was what's it called? If it was less careful, I would have blinked to try to duck that arrow. But right at this point, you get these feelings, and that's important to kind of do. The same way that I'm doing this analytic, that, okay, I know their tanks are not very good at denying space, and I know how they're playing. I know this Hog is not very good. I know this Sigma is not very good at doing his job of denying space against me and not pressuring anything. So I'm like, so therefore I'm playing as careless as I am. If they were much more, if they were actually denying space and keeping more pressure, I would play more defensively. And being able to kind of abuse that on your side against the enemy team is very, very important to do those analytics in game, not just playing by default, but what you're playing against or what player you're playing against. So you can see, like, they don't even deny space here in main, right? Like they're so focused on this ball here, who's hitting the backline, that they're not, there's nobody that's guarding this. They're all, like, trying to stop him. It's been, like, a bunch of resources on that, so I can just blink through main. And while that's going on, there's, like, what, their Hog is in our backline or something like that. Having that time of his life, right? So I'm going to see my ball here. I'm just going to see if I can look for something. Notice that I'm still careful enough because it's only a ball, right? I can still get killed here. As you can see, this Hanzo, for example, gets a bunch of arrows into me. I pop my recall. I kind of keep it here and kind of see if I can get something out of it, which I can. But notice that at this point, there's so much pressure on me that I'm kind of scared of it. So therefore, I am playing as defensive as I am. My ball helps me kill the Hanzo as I fucked up my mechanics, right? And this is incredible power position because you can see I can just hide, peek again, hide, peek again, hide, peek again, and constantly kind of keep peeking and pressuring and looking. And, like, if there's an opportunity that arises, I can take it. And you can see there's a bunch of opportunity on the support line that does arise. And that's kind of the important part, right? That you're constantly kind of keeping that activeness going. But at the same time, as I know that I'm under pressure, I'm not dumb enough to I'm not dumb enough to full commit peek or, like, blink down from my high ground, right? I didn't need to leave my high ground to help the ball, right? I knew my ball was just slamming and doing his stuff to get out. It's a 2v5 if I jump in. So I'm just kind of looking to see if he creates something. If not, then he probably gets out. He's done it a billion times before. He's going to do it again. So I'm just using that. My ball is just grabbing attention from me, and I'm capitalizing on that. And without that, my ball might not have done some kill. My ball is doing a really good job, especially, as a diamond player, he's doing a really good job on ball. He saw me on that Hanzo, and he helped me get the Hanzo kill. If not, then he's applying pressure. But I am, by instinctively looking, oh, my ball is hitting the backline, there's no real pressure, there's nobody really denying space, to see if he gets me an opportunity, which he does by draining the abilities of his support players. Being able to capitalize on that is you playing off your team. Now again, we lose the team fight, and I know we lose the team fight. So again, I'm just regrouping, and I'm kind of looking for opportunity. I see the Hanzo, and I kind of go for a fight here. I found out that I can't kill him as he's pocketed by the Mercy. I pop my recall, and now it's again one of those where I don't really want to die here, right? I wanted to get pushed all the way over here, right before I have to jump in and suicide on the objective, right? So at this point, again, I'm just looking for more opportunities. I have Pulse Bomb, which I will use to my advantage. I'm going to go in here, and I'll go in here, and I'll just blink in, and I'll get this bomb. Now, again, this is because they just line up for me, and I'm confident in my Pulse Bomb abilities. If I wasn't confident on that, I would wait. I would wait for my players to kind of get back. Same goes for this. I could have probably popped the recall here, but again, the same goes for here. I'm not going to suicide on that objective, so I'm getting out to get a health pack. And then I'm rather recontesting. Because again, it's not touching yet, and I don't want to die there. I want to make sure that I'm alive constantly, so that I can keep on carrying. Right? If I die there on the objective, because it's not gonna be completely capped at this opportunity, right? So if we just play this back, we lose the team fight, right? Yeah, we lose. I die to the Hog, and then they get like a dragon, and right, they kill Arsene, and then they're gonna kill a couple of other players from my team, right? So they kill majority of my team. I come back in, look for some stuff, gets a poke off, kind of take this angle over here. Alright, see the Hanzo, try to capitalize on that. I fuck up my one mag, which is just so sad. He survived with, like, what's that? Yeah, okay, now he's healed, but probably like 10 health, which is just, Really bad of me. I pop my recall because I'm almost dead. I gotta go in here again. I get a couple of poke off. I see, you know, my Widow is a god and does the exact same thing, right? She just takes his position, tries to see if she can get a kill. I'm just, again, looking for opportunities. Do a normal blink pulse bomb, right? Where you hit the old button, then you blink. So it's like a hit scanner projectile. The Mercy goes to the glides into the Moira, which doesn't have fade. Gets a free kill. Now I'm kind of just standing on the point. I get hooked by the hog, which is really bad on me. And for some reason, they can't finish me off, which does that I can get the Mega Pack. I probably would have died there if the enemy team was better. Which is, again, kind of surviving because the enemy team is bad. And also, me, again, being very, very arrogant in the way I'm playing against them. Because, yeah, I don't really burn a lot of blanks defensively. I'm mainly just burning them offensively. And that's, again, just about the fact that you want to look at the enemy team and you want to say, okay, who am I playing against? First, you look at the team composition. And in the beginning, you play your game, right? In the beginning, you just play, you know, your default positions. You know, you're doing your default stuff. You know, kind of, okay, it's a hog, so I need to duck under his hooks and kind of play this kind of passive style. But as you start learning more from them, right? As you start, like, learning against a player, like, okay, this guy doesn't have a good hook accuracy, or this guy is really bad on Widow, or this guy's always out of position. I just played a previous game before this, which was my first game of the day. I played in Temple of Anubis. And there, I played against a Ashe that constantly flanked away from her healers. And I played Genji, so okay, I could just pressure. I could just pressure her and kill her. And, like, stop her from even pushing in. Because I knew she always did it. So I knew, if I didn't see her in main, I knew that she was always going to flank my left side on second. And I just knew that as a defensive side, Genji. And I could use that against them, right? But if not, then, you know, I would have had to play differently against main. So I knew that she was never in main group, so I could just play very aggressively in main and not care getting shot at. And then if I saw her, you know, if I didn't see her in main, I knew that she was going to be left side. So if I wanted to kill her, if there was time for that, I would just go and kill her. And that's kind of like the logic of that playstyle, right? That you constantly kind of want to have that. You want to have that. That analytical tool to your mind that you want to just learn from players. And you guys probably have a bunch of examples where you've done the same. Where you notice that Winston constantly is feeding, and Winston constantly dives in first without his team. Or again, you always burst his dash, or something similar. A lot of times you can see it on certain support players where Mercy players are really bad and they glide into, you know, when they try to heal someone, they glide too far. And therefore you always know they're always going to glide too far. Or this Zenyatta is always, like, playing really close to his main group. So you know he's very, very killable if you pressure the main group. Because he's playing so close and so stupidly unsafe in his positioning because he's being very, very aggressive. So you can use that against him. Even though that's normally not how you would play against a Zenyatta, right? So that is kind of the takeaway from this game. It's not just, again, you know, the enemy team here is really, really bad and we're kind of just smurfing on them. And I'm literally smurfing on them. But it's also just about the analytical part of this, right? I'm playing a Tracer. I'm kind of playing to survive and then always still being in a position where you can always get up close with your SMGs and do stuff. And then look, okay, what is my team doing? My ball is in their backline. He's applying a bunch of pressure. I want to not suicide for that, right? So I don't want to dive in and die. But I want to at least see if what he does gives me an opportunity to get a kill off his play. And in this example, it does, because, you know, the enemy team is so tunnel visioning on him, and they're messing up all of their stuns. And at the same time, that means, okay, great, the supports are not getting healed. I can just assassinate 2 of them. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So I hope this video helps. It's a little bit of an improv video. I kind of just got the game, thought, this is real nice to see. Would you guys like to see more like this? That if so, drop it in the comments section. Tell me, guys, what you guys want to see. Do you want to see VOD reviews of people from the Discord community? Do you guys want to see me break down more pro players or streamers? If so, who? Or do you want me to see more games like this? If so, what hero, what rank? Tell me down in the comment section. I can try to make content more custom field for whatever the community wants. Outside that, like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and love you guys very, very much. Peace and care, stay positive. As always, my name is Jonal, and you guys keep getting me in your process.